All right, so welcome back. Hey, here we are. We're going to just kick it off straight to the basics. T, I got to ask you because there's a lot of people that need to know. There's a lot of terms that are thrown out in this world that we don't understand. Maybe, what is CBD? What is THC? What are terpenes? What are these different things that are part of the plant that we kind of need to know because of the way that it makes us feel and react to the plant?
Right. Well, again, we don't need to get all crazy because you guys can YouTube all this stuff and you can go crazy looking it up. Because we all understand there's THC and there's CBD, but those are just two of the cannabinoids that are in this plant. There's over 100 different cannabinoids, which again, we haven't even scratched the surface on. I'm playing with a couple of them that I want to keep to myself, but at the end of the day, you've got the way to really look at it is you got your THC. So THC in its rawest form is what gives you the two-way receptor in your body. But it also is what has the psychotropic part. But that's what's in the Delta 9. That's after it's been either heated, cooked, somehow it's been deeply carboxylated and it's converted the THC into what we call Delta 9. But you can also keep that THC in what's called THCA, where it has never been heated. Where this is the real property that we're finding is the real help. I hate the word cure, but it's the real thing that really helps you out. It's the acid level. That's what the A stands for in THCA. It's the acid level. And that's when, if you remember when we first started this thing, you were tripping out when I would give you leaves, right?
Yeah.
You're like, what the heck you want me to eat the leaves for, Mike?
Right.
Because that's where I know the best and most inexpensive way to get the THCA and CBDA, which I'll touch on. So you have THC, then you have CBD. CBD is the same thing. As an acid form, that's the most healing property. Because once you convert CBD, you now we've got you got CBG, CBV, which you can all look into. And what do those do? Well, your body has what's called an endocannabinoid system in it. And
So wait, we're built to receive these things?
Bro, it's crazy. And
So this isn't a man-made thing, like a drug that needs to be introduced to my body.
This pharmaceutical company didn't come and retake your genetics and fix this. No, this plant was born this way.
Yeah.
The other crazy part, there's cannabinoids in other plants. This isn't just the one plant. This happens to be one plant that's loaded with it, and it matches our body so well, which is something that's crazy to me. When I started really researching and figuring all this stuff out, because we have what's called CB1 and CB2 receptors, we actually have in our body something that's asking for this. Yeah. So I actually believe in my heart that one of the reasons why a lot of the problems we're having with some of the like what you're going through and a lot of this, not just cancers, but a lot of the problems that people are having, it's a lot of diet. I think you and I always have agreed on that.
Yeah.
So now what I did is I try to get people to understand that this plant is just a vegetable. Think about it like a vegetable. Think about it like a plant. Add this to your daily diet.
Yeah.
Can I do it with a bunch of products? Absolutely. Because I will take the time to grow it and make sure it's pest free, make sure it's exactly what you're asking for, make sure the strain is what you were looking for. So as a company, that's what I've put my time into.
Right.
Because there's so much of this plant that we don't really understand, which is like terpenes. Not only do you have a plant that has THC, CBD, and the other 100 cannabinoids we have in it, you also have what's called terpenes. So terpenes are the smell, the taste. All plants, even some insects have terpenes. They have like a pheromone is considered a terpene.
Okay.
But what we're finding now, which I believe is another next big research, is how does the different terpenes react with the different cannabinoids to give your body this crazy chemical reaction to do something special? Why is it that different vegetables are more effective to you than to me, or you prefer the flavor, the taste? Well, that's because our body it's a very special thing. We're a human being. We're the most crazy creation of this whole business or this whole place on this planet.
Right.
We just happen to have a plant that really relates to us. And so what I'm just trying to get people to understand is don't worry about all the letters. Don't worry about all the acronyms. You got to just start putting this into a vegetable, into your diet. And don't wait until you're sick. Remember I told you before?
Yeah.
Don't wait until you're sick. I always tell my friends and people, you should do this. on a regular basis as a preventative. You know, they talk about preventative medicine, but they don't do a lot about it.
Right.
So what I personally do in my life is I just introduce this into my diet, into my life, to my family, to my friends, anybody that I can touch or feel, and I say, don't wait till you're sick. Don't wait till it's a problem.
Yes.
You know, introduce this into your body now. Your body wants it. It enjoys it. It looks for it. You know, for political reasons, it's been taken away from us for a minute.
Yeah.
But it's not that hard for us to put back in, and your body accepts it so well.
Yes.
So it's, you know, I always tell people, you know, you can go worry about the THC, the CBDs, the terpenes, and all these different letters, but that's my job. Your job is just to figure out and get it into your body, you know. And all I do is recommend that you really know where you're getting your products from. You know, make sure that you understand what's in it. Don't get sold a bill of goods on, you know, you need a lot of this, you need a lot of that. You know what I mean? Really do your research, and I think that's what I'm hoping that what you get out of this with Gary. And I really want people to understand that this is something that it's my responsibility. Since I spent the years breeding it out, I'm going to breed it back in. I'm going to give it back to you.
There you have it, you guys. I mean, that is the sentiment behind this whole movement that I'm trying to create here, is that don't wait until you're in my position. Yeah. I have been faced with a deadly disease. Now, fortunately for me, I acted quick, and I've taken this on with positivity and things outside of reactive medication. We're not even going to call it, you know, the medical world or the prescription world or whatever. Western medicine. It is reactive maintenance.
I like that.
What it is,
I like that.
Right? It's reactive. Well, do we want to live in a reactive world? Do you want to react to tragedy all the time, or do you want to be prepared for when everything happens, or do you want to prepare yourself to where you can avoid tragedy? Well, that's what we're here to do. And my boy Teague and I, we have a mission to share this message. We're giving this information to you for free. I mean, take it and run with it and fact check it. Do what you got to do. Please. But this man has done the work, and he's traveled the world to find out all this information. And part of that is knowing where you're getting it. What's your sources? Where are you getting this stuff from? I know exactly how this man grows his stuff. I know exactly the love and attention and the thing that his team puts into, you know? So that is very important to me. Another thing, he talks about pesticides, you guys. A lot of guys out there that are growing, they use pesticides and stuff like that to keep the bugs off the plants.
Because they're weak.
Yeah.
A weed grower needs something to keep his garden clean, because a mold or a pesticide will destroy a garden. So most people just use, you know, some kind of a chemical to do it. But then now you're gonna eat that.
Now that's getting ingested.
I can never do that to you, bro.
Yeah.
Which brings up a whole nother topic. At the end of the day, one thing I had to switch my whole way of converting. And which brings a good story. I won the Bio Cup back in 2013 or 14 in Europe, and I was, you know, running around like I was the man.
Oh, yeah.
And I met this guy, Scott. He's Shante Baba from Mr. Nice Seeds. If you don't know this guy and you want to know about CBD, this guy's been doing the research way before we even heard about it. He's the guy that invented Neville Haze, all of your hazes, and he's basically, I feel like I'm behind the curve, because he's already done what I'm now in the process of doing, is converting and bringing the plant back to its original self.
Right.
But the pesticide thing. So one day he tells me, so you won the Cannabis Cup. Yeah, but your stuff's not that great. I'm all, what? He's all, you use nutrients, right? Of course, of course I do. I juice this, I use this, I use. That's not the way it's done. You're putting heavy metals in your thing. Don't you have mold problems? I'm like, yeah. Don't you have to worry about spider mites? Yeah. Because you know why? Because you're feeding the plant. It's like, do you want to go live on vitamins? It's like me telling Gary when he came to me, say, bro, take the 5 things from vitamins, and this is what you're gonna do. You don't need to eat no other food, just these vitamins. And I started thinking, well, that's not good. He goes, no. So he actually took me under his wing, and he showed me how to feed the soil, not feed the plant. So I've converted that was years ago, but now I've converted the whole way we even grow, which has actually been more fun. I've actually learned how to pull more terpenes out. We've actually learned how to get more resin out of our plants.
Man.
You know, it's not about how intense your light is always. It's about feeding the plant, knowing the genetics, and giving it what it wants, so that if you're gonna give something back to people, to what you consider family and friends, you know what you're giving them. And
man, there it is right there. I mean, I don't know how much more powerful that can get. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but other than this, you better be coming back to the next episode, because we're just getting started. So let's get after it.